Hey, YouTubers and friends, how are all of you doing tonight? Tonight is another excellent Tuesday night, of course, with ToledoJess co-host tonight, Gold Pro Unlimited, and our guest, Carlos Minor from Gold Rush Whitewater. We're gonna I talked to him and warned him about getting some gold porn ready also, guys, because I know you would bring it up, especially you, Jeff, if you were in the room. But I know you'll say it when we're in there anyway, so never mind. But you know what's going to happen there next, so don't go away. We'll be back with ToledoJess, Carlos, GoPro Unlimited, and I. Hey, YouTubers and friends, thanks for joining us for another episode of Tuesday Night Hangout Live with ToledoJess and I.
I made a gold porn. Oh no, that was Mark that helped me with that. That come up with that
The gold porn shirt.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, look at all these awesome people in here tonight. Remember, hit that thumbs up. If you're not yet a subscriber, hit that subscribe, ring that bell, share it out, show all kinds of love. I'd love to get like 100 people in here. But
that's my gold porn shirt.
all of you regulars and newcomers, thanks for being here. I see Bill, as always, Ohio Relic Hunter, Graveyard Prospecting, Gold Miner, welcome, welcome, welcome. Gold Pro Unlimited, I'm seeing double, oh my god. Terry Curry, Campsite, Susan, hello.
Oh, look, my sister's in the house. Hi, Diane.
Hi, Diane.
Hi, Diane.
Three Nuggets.
In the house.
Good to see you. Terry Marshall, our friends from down under, Terry Curry.
Gold Eagle Prospecting, good evening.
Earth Radio.
Greatest moderator on the Interzone. Yes, it is, Susan, and I have some of those for sale if you're interested. Just email me.
Yeah.
I make those.
Dirk, one more pin. Yes. The creator of DreamMet, David Peterson. Hello, are you?
Looter's 8 treasure hunter. Wait. A Sakura mining. What's up? I know I pronounced that wrong, but hey, I keep.
Well, the other night I thought I pronounced it wrong, Josie, and I was actually right. Looks like we lost Carlos, but I'm sure he might be back. I hope, unless we scared him off.
Scared him off.
All that gold.
No.
Maybe he said, "Oh shit!"
On me, I'm out of here.
right.
Graveyard Prospecting, welcome. Hi, Terry. Hi, Terry.
Tin Man.
Radio. Backus. Robert.
Don G.
So, you guys, I'm only going to be on here about an hour tonight.
David Carlisle is.
Where?
AUR Prospector.
One more pan.
Outdoors Influencer, Jeffrey, good to see you. I hear my granddaughter behind me. Mr. Lodak, the world's greatest moderator, and Damon. Nice channel art from Secret Creek Prospecting. Get in here. Quit hiding. Come on.
Backus 573.
Before the show gets going too much, say your highs. All right.
Cool embroidered on a hat. Gold porn.
Gotta look right there. Look right there. Look right there. See? All right,
Yeah,
honey.
they're available. Just got to email me, ToledoJess at AOL.com.
Go to grandma.
Yeah, but I've thought about that, Bacchus, doing embroidery on those, but that's a $10,000 machine.
Right, right.
Yeah, that would I would love to do something like that embroidery. Like I said, that's a 10 grand machine.
Well, huh.
And that's
Well, I
just the
know he
machine.
knows how to
That's not
get
even
on.
that's not even including the threads and everything else. Yeah. So that back.
No, you should hear the doorbell when he comes in.
Did you resend the invite?
I don't need to.
You sure don't need to.
Don't need to. I shouldn't.
Gold miner.
And the only way he can contact me is via email. If those of you who don't know already, I am no longer available on Facebook. Any of the pages on Facebook, the Flash in Your Pan Flash Fam group, Flash in Your Pan Productions, or Midwest Prospecting Adventures, Jesse could relay to me until they totally eliminate those pages too, because they're all tied to my personal profile. So I know some of you guys, like Sibo, the Canadian gold prospector, Sebastian, I know you said a comment about what, don't, not on Facebook no more. No, I'm not. So you have to get a hold of me, either email, Instagram, and that kind of still, I wonder why I'm still on Instagram since they're owned by Metaverse. And
You got that
TikTok.
right, Dave. I need to get the right lottery ticket to get that machine.
So, yeah. Do you even play the lottery, Jesse? Once
Do
in
I
a
even play?
while?
Well, I played it this last time when it was over $1 billion,
Well, well,
0.35. I got zero numbers.
zero. That'd be my luck. Sure, you're not part Irish. Welcome back, Damon.
Amen.
Yep,
Okay.
I'm also on TikTok. And just at Flash in Your Pan, I believe it is.
He didn't leave. He got hijacked.
I don't know what happened to him. He
And
just
all of a sudden,
left.
if you've
Poof.
ever had a yeah, if you've ever had a conversation on Messenger with Ed, go back and look for it. You won't find it. What
No,
you'll find is what's her name? Hurley,
Hillary or
Elizabeth Hurley.
Elizabeth Hurley. Yeah. And I jumped through all of Facebook's little hoops.
She is a little easier on the eyes.
Well, yeah,
Definitely,
true. Look at this
definitely.
face. I'd rather look at her too, but it's probably some fat dude in their mom's basement. Um, I
Yeah,
I
his profile picture.
I don't know the end game of it because
And it doesn't make sense, does it? I mean, what's the
no,
Well,
point?
no, just to get me off or what? I don't know. That kind of sounded kind of weird. Uh,
did that
Didn't come out quite the way you wanted it to, huh?
it
Yeah.
sounded a lot better in my head, Jeff. You're good.
Of
Yeah.
course, you notice who the first one to catch that was, don't you? Even before you. That was Ruby. She's
Oh yeah. Well, wonder where
yeah.
Ruby's mind's at.
You gotta unmute, Carlos.
My computer
He'll
crashed.
Yeah. Oh no.
Oh no, that happens sometimes,
Ah,
Carlos. We knew you'd be back.
right.
That's not what you were saying.
Oh, whatever. Peanut gallery over there.
So, Gold Miner says he's a co-worker. Who is that? He's your co-worker.
It's kind of how it sounds in the chat.
Now, does he work with you off production, or are you on
what's his name? Does he have
whitewater
like a
with
name?
you?
Does he have a name?
Just Gold Miner.
Shit, I mean, he has to have a name. I don't go by
I
anybody's
know.
name.
I hear you. I hear you.
All we know is his name on YouTube is Gold Miner. That's all we know.
Right.
Maybe is it Ryan?
Ryan Cardoza, he'd probably come in under his YouTube handle name.
Right.
Is that Ryan? Ryan, is that you? That Haynes Internet. So
Gold.
isn't Ryan in Wasilla? So I'll bring Krispy Kremes.
That's a hint.
What's that? What did he say? What he said? What again?
He'll bring
bring
the
Krispy
Krispy Kremes.
Oh, that's freaking freaking goddamn holy crap!
What's his name? What's his name? You know.
The Krispy Kreme guy.
Yeah, that's the new guy, Justin.
Oh, okay. Hey, Brad. New guy, Justin, huh?
Yeah.
Welcome, Justin.
Is that right? Am I getting that right?
I don't know. He says, tell him I'll bring the Krispy Kremes.
Well, welcome. Hope you return again and again and again.
So Ryan is in
Make
Wilson.
sure you subscribe.
Welcome,
Yeah.
Justin.
Justin.
Welcome. Hey, Terry Curry, how you doing? I know, huh, Ert? I know.
Lodak says that your bike's so hot.
American Brian Wilder says, "Hey, Ed,
Brian,
Carlos."
Brian Wilder, yes, yeah.
Yep.
Now Brian's
Hey,
a
Brian.
good personal friend of ours here.
Yep.
So,
I never met the guy personally, but yeah, I follow him a lot.
Oh, you have it, huh? You know.
he's very
That's
easy to get along with, and
Just
he's
a
a
big
goal
goal fan.
getter. He's a dredging fool, you know, but he has a nice gold point collection. Let me tell you.
Does it really?
Yeah, I guess he's saving it for whenever. I sell my gold almost as soon as I get it. So,
Jaron says you're quite a bit louder on the YouTube side.
pardon?
Jaron says you're a little bit louder on the YouTube side.
Oh, I'm a little loud. Okay.
Yeah, you might have cranked it up when I was telling you I couldn't hear you.
Okay. Well, I'm
That's-
turning
no,
it down.
There you
Test.
go.
The joys of live broadcasting. Test.
our testing.
We won't say his name, but that bastard still shows up once in a while.
Tom Kingery.
Up a little. Need to go back up a little or go back down a little.
I think you sound good here.
Test.
But that's here.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Testing. Better, Mr. Lodak says.
Okay, so
Tom.
as I was starting to say earlier, Ed, I'm only gonna be here till about 9 o'clock. I gotta go back. I gotta put my toilet in.
Yeah.
So tonight we got
that will be there all night.
That's something you better get in quick.
You're telling Ruby that, right?
He only has to
You're telling
worry
Ruby
about it. He don't have to worry about it until his wife gets on his ass. So,
She's right there. So
where she is every Tuesday. She might as well be on the ticker. co-host, ToledoJess and Ruby.
Sitting on the sidelines with a wooden spoon, getting ready to whack you.
Oh no,
With an iron
I was
skillet,
gonna say she's
excuse me,
upgraded.
no spoons.
She's upgraded to the iron skillet.
Yeah, they work.
Hey, Deej. Deej is in the house.
Digging with
Don G.
Deej, a friend of ours, fellow YouTuber, says, "Hi, Ed, Jesse, and Carlos." She's screaming Carlos. She must like you. Likes watching you on TV, Carlos. Woo!
Appreciate that.
So, Carlos, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're more
Hey,
than
it's our
welcome.
pleasure, dude.
This is the first time for me, so
Oh,
break me in, guys. Break me in. Show me how it's
We
done.
got the
We'll,
costume.
we'll be gentle with your live stream, Cherry. Don't worry.
it ain't nothing, dude.
It's
You won't feel a thing. He goes, what? Wait, I want to feel it.
You know, my wife is probably watching this in the other room, and she's saying, like, what do you guys mean? She has
yeah, she's probably laughing her fanny off.
It takes a lot. She just like she does. It takes a lot for her to get a joke on this one.
Bacchus is like, pop it with gold porn.
So, my understanding is that when you came on to Whitewater Gold Rush, were you just out of the service?
No.
Oh, you've been out for a while.
I have been out of the service for a good 12 years, 8 years, and I was actually a underwater diver. You know, a professional diver, working on
Okay,
that.
so when you got out of the service, did you do that as a job?
Yeah, I was doing that as a job.
Yeah.
I was working in the Gulf of Mexico, working on the oil rigs. I was a hard hat diver, and that was during the time where oil was at its lowest point. And I just got married to my girl in California, so we was like a half a country away, and I needed something to do other than going offshore. Offshore was not a good thing to have being a married man, especially a new marriage.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was looking for work elsewhere, and believe it or not, I could not find any work anywhere. Not even Walmart, god dang Starbucks. They couldn't get me job. You know, I had a great, awesome resume. It just didn't fit anybody's liking.
Right.
Wow, crazy.
So I needed to dive. That's the only thing I knew how to do. And this opportunity came to go dive in Alaska.
So how did that come about? How'd that opportunity show in space?
Oh, I put in a resume, needed dive, and somebody hit me back and asked me like my dive experience. Over a zillion dives. Deepest depth was 650 feet deep.
A zillion dives? That's a lot of dives.
I got zillion dives, let me tell you. Lots
wow.
of dives. And believe it or not,
You're being conservative.
Yeah. They asked me if I wanted to, work in Alaska. And I said, hey, man, if there's a paycheck, man, I'll dive. Want to work in can you dive in the waters of the Alaska creeks, whitewater? I guess, hey, if it's in the water, I can do it. No problem. Whatever you want to do, I can do it. It wasn't until they told me
when they told you whitewater, I mean, in my mind, I hear whitewater, I hear fast moving water, right?
Yeah.
So what was it that you had done in the Gulf that would give you the inkling that you'd be able to do whitewater like that, fast water? I mean, because you had to think about that.
Not really. If it was in the water, I could do it. As far as like the rapids and all that, I didn't really think too much of it. I've worked at 5 feet depth in the surge on platforms, when they're like 5 foot seas, and they'll pummel the hell out of you.
Oh,
You
okay. Well, so you did have experience with
just
getting
yeah,
beat
I
up by
had
water.
experience. I had
Yeah.
experience.
Well, I mean, you don't like when you said it, on platforms and stuff down. I'm thinking you're diving down on nice, calm waters and stuff, and it's calm enough to dive. No, you dive whenever, huh?
And believe it or not, man, at that time I just needed a paycheck. If you needed to be done in the water, I got it. If you're gonna give
Yeah.
me free chow, I'm with you. If you're gonna get a free rack, okay. I mean, the rack means a bed to sleep in. I'm with it. Hey, pay, food, water, the water to work in. Hey, that's it. I can do it. And that's how it became. I mean, it's fast and easy. Yeah, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. It was not easy. Like I said, 650 feet was the deepest I ever dove. Started working in this crazy white water at 5 feet. It was the scariest thing ever. Holy crap!
Yeah.
Fast,
Yeah.
faster moving water.
And I'm talking, it's moving at 20 miles an hour, and I lift my head up, it'll just want to rip your head off, rip your mask off.
Well, did that happen to you once?
Yes, it happened to
Did
me
you
once.
poke your head up out of the hole too far and get everything ripped off?
My mask came undone. I was breathing water. Dustin heard me gargling. He ripped me out of the water real quick. Readjust, went right back in.
Yeah.
So
Just got to
it
get
was a
back on
new
that
animal.
horse.
It was a new animal, something to get used to, and you know, basically, it's something that, believe me, it's the scariest diving I've ever done. And like I said, I got 3, 4 log books of commercial diving all back to back, all filled up. But this water up here in Alaska is the scariest thing. And deeper you go, the scarier it gets. And I'm talking about deathly scary. Holy crap. Season
Look,
two.
I, you hear him talking about. You can hear the boulders. You can hear the boulders.
Oh my God.
I can only imagine what that sounds like, right? Uh,
Yeah, you can
just
hear the rocks moving, Jesse, and
well, I
I've
know I can hear, but I can't imagine what it would sound. I can hear rocks in the water when they're but boulders. To
It's
me, I'm talking a boulder. To me is something the size of a car, right?
it sounds like a goddamn bowling alley. I mean, a harsh
Hell no.
bowling alley. And you're just thinking, like, holy moly, that's the kind of sound that breaks bones. And the thing,
Right.
you can feel, you can feel that sound because it will just that vibration of itself. You're just like, oh my
That-
gosh,
So that vibration goes right through the water, huh?
it
Even
goes
moving
right
like
through
that.
the water. It goes right through you. You can feel that whole thing just go right through you. So, season
That
one
has to be
was
scary.
nightmare
That
fuel.
has to be scary.
Scary. Season
I
one,
think that would be scarier than just being in total darkness. You know.
or having that with total darkness.
But yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that would definitely be scary.
the first time Jesse went dredging on a dredge with air, well, he used my 4 inch with air, but he was long arming.
Right.
He was down in Alabama, and they just had a bunch of water, and the river was chocolate milk.
Chocolate
But
milk. So
they
I'm
might
looking at
have some deadfall to deal with, but not boulders and huge rocks and stuff like you
yeah,
guys
I'm
do.
just I'm just learning how to do this. I've never uh, used a hookah before or snorkel any of that,
Right,
but I was
right.
down prospecting down there in Alabama, and it was my first attempt, and it was chocolate milk. I mean, I could not see my face right there or my hand. I couldn't see it at all.
Yeah.
No time. And I'm going, but I'm down there and I'm trying to stay down there and then trying to stay down. That's the hard part. You know,
No.
it was, it was bad enough not being able to see, but trying to learn to breathe underwater because we don't do that. I mean, that's not what we do. We hold our
Sure.
breath. We go underwater. It's a natural thing. Hold your breath. So that you got to learn that. So it was a struggle, but I've done it a couple of times and I'm ready to do it again. And yeah, it's cool. The second time I did it, the water was clear. It was nice. I went down. The guy that was showing me put his foot on my back. We're going in about 3 or 4 feet of water, right?
Right.
And held me down there, and I just figured it out. I tell everybody, I literally told myself out loud, breathe, breathe, breathe. You know, because I would catch myself holding my breath, right?
Yep.
It was so hard to get past that point. And then the sound of the bubbles is freaky too. That's a freaky sound if you've never heard it before, right?
Yep.
But yeah, then after a little while, next thing I knew, he was pulling me up because I'd been down there. I ran a whole tank of gas. You
Yeah.
know, just playing around, just playing, just working, just playing with the nozzle, just not trying to get gold, but at the same time, I mean, I was learning to stay down there, right? Not be
Sure.
afraid, not worry about it. At the same time, I was dredging. 'Cause
Yeah, no, I hear you, man. I
dredge.
hear you.
So, but yeah, that was my. So that's just that. So I can't even imagine. I can imagine, but I don't know what that sound would be like, other than 100 times more than what I've already heard.
Freaking bowling alley, amigo. Freaking
Yeah.
bowling alley. And you're just hoping it stays over there, not on you.
Yeah, but can you tell how far away it is? I mean, can you
No.
tell if it's like right next to you, or you
No.
know, 20 yards down, or
No,
you can't tell
no,
distance?
no. You can't. Well, the louder it gets, you can tell it's getting closer and all that. It just
You
gives you
mean
the
when it's
feel.
right there?
Yeah. Or sometimes, or the scary thing is when you feel something like come and hit you without notice, you're like, God, what the heck?
Oh yeah, I can imagine what that. Ooh,
Yeah. So
that would
yeah,
be scary.
like I said,
Just
season
not
two.
seeing it and having it hit you, just
Yep.
graze on you. Ah, I'm
Season
out.
two. Season two, when that was like the scariest deal that we had to deal with diving like that. Deep, deep, no visibility, freaking boulders coming down on us. And the thing is, we had no viz. And the thing is, when it goes like black, 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 everybody just has to go. You got two divers down there, so everybody has to go to one side because you had a boulder fall. So everybody's like, go to the other side, go to the other side under the water. Because all the dirt kicks up and it's just black.
All right.
So you wait your few seconds, and then you go back and you find out there's a big boulder where you used to be. You're like, what the hell?
Bring the winch.
So
Right.
we got a question about your burn. You
Oh,
got
yeah.
scalded. Yeah, I'm sure this
Deej
question's
wanted
been
us
asked.
to bring it up when you got scalded.
Oh yeah.
Our
Yeah,
friend
yeah.
digging with Deej.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man. That was almost like third-degree burns, man. I blistered
Yeah,
up
you blistered up pretty good on that. Yeah.
all over my arms, back, 3 in the chest, back, my legs. So everywhere where that water hit, I blistered up. So
Yeah,
And
I've
that
seen
was
that.
first season.
second season.
Second season, you got
Second season.
scalded.
Yep, second season. So it was trying to heal up was the worst thing in the world because I couldn't move anywhere because everywhere I had blisters. So I was just kind of like
Did
it
did
took,
they
it took,
fix that problem for you, or
no, just I still have problems here on my chest. I got a lot of like scar tissue. So when it gets hot, like temperature wise, I'm working.
more
It gets
sensitive?
it gets a little bit sensitive and everything like that. So I'm always trying to figure that out. I like to get that removed here one way or another, man. But
So
I
did they
still feel
fix
it.
that problem with the dredge so it won't do that
Oh
anymore?
yeah. Oh, the
What
heating.
they wind up
Yes,
doing?
yes. They what did they end up doing? They kind of rerouted the heating problem with the coils, and they kind of added.
I think they added a pressure relief or something
God, I can't
because
really remember.
it was letting the water get too hot.
You know
Temperature control valve.
one of the things that happened was where the hot water hose connected to my suit. it kinked right at the quick disconnect on my suit. And what that did was it shut off the hot water and it back pressured everything. And that's what, you back pressured, there was no water coming out. So all that water that was trapped.
Oh yeah, because that's right, because you were complaining that you were getting cold first.
Yep.
So
As
they
soon as
went
that-
and
as soon as
cranked
that
the heat up a
hose-
little bit.
As soon as that hose got strained out, I got all that superheated water, man, on me. So what we did was we put a big old coil on the edge of that so it wouldn't bend. So it can be always, no matter what kind of angle you was at, what kind of twist that you did,
Right.
it was going to stay
And
straight.
like an
It
old
wasn't
school
going to kick up.
telephone cord.
Yeah, like old school telephone cord. It was like a spring kind of deal. Wes came up with that idea. Wes is a freaking amazing with it when it comes
Wes is the builder.
Hey, he's a master team.
Another thing you can do on that
Master
is
tinker.
put a bigger surge tank on there, so it doesn't get a whole bunch of hot water at once. It's got a bigger tank, so it'll be a slower transition.
Sure.
It'd be like an air tank, but a water tank, a holding tank for hot water. That we can regulate the heat that way. More
Was in the
equipment.
beginning days. That was in the beginning days where we're just trying to figure out how things work.
Right.
It takes accidents and situations like that to come up with protocols and on how to fix it. And holy moly. It never
Okay,
came.
we won't do that anymore.
Yeah, let's not do that anymore. Exactly.
Yeah, we'll do something else. We'll figure another way.
Hey, that's not working.
Right.
Right.
Okay. But that's how you learn.
Offshore, it takes a couple of bad situations to come up with new protocols, because holy crap. Who would ever call that was happening, and somebody had to pay the price.
Yeah. Hey.
So there was another
live
question.
and learn or die and learn, one of the two.
Exactly.
There was another question earlier in the chat from Robert DePotti about if you use a wetsuit or a dry suit. Obviously, you're using a wetsuit, but have you had any experience with a dry suit?
Kayla uses a dry suit, right?
Yeah, Kayla uses a dry suit, and she swears by them and all that. I never wore any kind of dry suits whatsoever, and I don't think I would.
I don't think I would either. Your knees, and I've seen all the patch she has on her knees and legs on her dry suit. I'd hate to rip open a dry suit under there. It's like falling in with hip waders or falling in with chest waders, man.
But can you imagine, man? When I'm in the water, man, I pee like a racehorse, man. So can you imagine wetsuit?
Hell, all I gotta do is seawater.
Yeah. What am I going to do? I mean, can you imagine my bathroom breaks? Oh, come on. You just
stop talking about water.
Yeah, quit talking about water.
Well, our friend Sibo from British Columbia, Canadian gold mining, dry suits are awesome. Love mine.
Depends, man.
Get out dry. Then again, to each their own.
So we got another question here from 3 Nuggeteers. I'm gonna change it a little bit. Okay. I won't say who he's asking, but I'll ask you in general. Have you been approached by any other miners wanting to take you away from whitewater? Like,
I've been approached and asked for advice on some certain kind of diving deal like that. I've been asked to go diving, not for gold or anything. I've been asked many a times by a gentleman to go diving with him off the coast of Oregon, to do some kind of harvesting, some kind of like shells or clams or stuff like that kind of deal.
Is it against a lot of to harvest abalone?
Stuff like that. I can't really remember what he was harvesting, and he was willing to.
One of the really good money makers there is abalone.
Oh,
But I think it's illegal on the coast. I'm not
yeah,
sure.
yeah.
It used to be.
Couldn't tell you. But just like that, people was asking me
Yeah.
all that, and I just
But
I love,
none of the like people from like okay, the Hoffmans or Emily Rydell or
oh no,
Vernon from those shows. Any of those people? Hey, Carlos, you want to come work for us?
no, nothing like that.
No.
Nothing like that.
Not yet.
I dive, man. I work in the water. I dive. I move boulders. I can do anything in the water. I'm gonna toot my own horn here. I can
We
work in the
have
water.
a work comrade of yours. Speaking of dry suits, Kayla says, hey, Carlos."
Hey,
Yeah,
Kayla's in the house.
Yeah,
she's
she'll be
awesome, man.
joining
Hey,
us.
Kayla.
She'll be
She's awesome.
joining us here in March. So,
Yep, she's awesome. She's awesome, 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 man.
yeah, I've
Awesome.
had the privilege of meeting her in some Zoom chats with Brian Wilder and some of the Bering Sea Gold guys, and from Gold Prospectors Space and Prospectors Radio, they'll have after parties of shows and stuff and watch parties. And I met her in one of those. Really cool gal.
Yeah, she's about like, I call her a youngin because she's like a 30-some years old, but she has this old soul, like holy moly. I always kept asking her, how do you know about this stuff?
Well, some people get smarter quicker.
She's awesome.
Hey, Mayhem Prospect. I see we got a bunch of new people here. Top notch, Gold Eagle Prospecting. I saw Kayla's in the house. And
Top notch.
Yeah,
top notch Canadian gold mining. Welcome. Yes. That's it. For now.
for now.
For now. For now.
Right? So, did you guys touch on Carlos's most scariest time?
No, well, he said just being in that Creek.
Okay,
but I did
Whitewater season 2.
I did want to ask you about your deep diving when you were on the oil rig.
Okay.
So that's really deep,
Yeah, 600.
We like to hear about any kind of scary stuff that might have happened to you, like, or not necessarily. What's like the weirdest thing you've seen down there at 500 feet or wherever?
Oh, a lot of scary things that's happened to me under the water, man.
Shadows are scary, aren't they?
Yeah, underwater explosion, man. Messed up my lungs, and all that. But that's just part of the job. But the scariest, funny thing that happened to me was, after Katrina, we was doing salvage of all the oil platforms that toppled over. So our job was to cut these oil platforms that was toppled over under the water and get them out of there. And I was hooking up this old tool room. Had to go into this tool room and go hook it up so we can lift it out of there. And in this tool room, this big old 100-pound grouper made it its own.
Yeah, groupers are scary fish, especially when they're big.
It was big as a freaking goddamn goat. So every time I try to make this connection, hook up this freaking big ass room when I was into the water, and it was so dark that my light was only giving me that much of light. It was just like in a scary movie, Friday the 13th movie. And sure enough, man, that grouper came and he freaking swallowed half my head and he wouldn't let go. And I called it a war crime. I mean, a war scream, a war crime, but everybody that was hearing my radio, they were just laughing because they just seen this grouper just mangling my head.
Yeah, and they got a big mouth, and they've got a
huge.
They got a powerful suction. I mean, you ever seen take a fish in? The fish will be in front of them, and all of a sudden it'll get sucked right in.
Yeah.
It just gets sucked right in. You can't. It just has so much weird, crazy.
Yeah. So I'm glad I had that freaking 20-pound hard hat on me because it just all I did was just I was just wasn't gonna rip it off, thank God. But
Right.
God, it wouldn't let go. And I was just trying to punch at it and just having this war cry,
That's gotta be crazy. Yeah, and I know what groupers look like when all of a sudden you're like underwater. Down in Florida, I would snorkel. That's that's different than diving, right?
Yeah.
But I'm down there snorkeling, and I'm out there in the Gulf. No, I was on the Atlantic side, and all of a sudden, this huge grouper. It was way bigger than me. Just popped out of nowhere in front of me and just stood there and stared at me. And I'm backing up, and I'm backing up, and I'm backing up.
Yep.
Yep, that's very scary.
Very
I didn't
scary.
know what it was then. So what are now? So this, how many seasons you been on now?
This is our 6th season. We've been out for
This year?
6 seasons now. Yep.
Yeah, wow, that's crazy.
Okay, now the Hoffman story. When you came in, did Todd Hoffman really have you come in and part of hiring you, or was
Yep.
that all just okay?
So
I
was
was
that all?
gonna say, is that all just BS? But
I'm not too clear on how much I'm supposed to get into that part and everything, that deal. But
Well, that's why I didn't. That's why I didn't ask you
yeah,
the way he had the question.
yeah. But it gave me my opportunity. It gave me an opportunity, and that was only supposed to be a season thing kind of deal, 1 season kind of deal, kind of like look over. And since I was a so-called professional diver, in the aspect kind of deal, like there was nothing that I could have brought to my experience to show Dustin or anything, because that's a whole freaking new animal, that white water. You know what I mean?
Right.
So basically, other than just try to dive as much as I could, that was the only help I can give to Todd. You know what I mean? I couldn't really spy on the guys too much. I mean, I didn't know what else to say other than we're trying. You know, this is hard freaking work. Even though it has water,
right.
there's nothing that I can really add to get the gold faster or anything like this, because this is a whole new animal for me kind of deal.
Right.
Other than me
So
working hard,
right.
other than me
So they
working
were
hard.
what they were trying to get from you was what's the trick, right?
What can you add, other than
Right.
me working hard? That's all I could do. Like, there was no advice you can give to a person with so many dives under the belt to tell them, like, this is how you should dive this water. I have no idea. It's just stay alive. That's holy crap. That water is unforgiving. And it took us, everyone, Dustin, Paul, Wes, Kayla, James, the Goldhound, the Ham, like, this is different. And we have to learn how to do this.
Yeah. That's just yeah, right. But one of the one of the things that I guess once you get past the rushing of the water down into the hole, it's a whole different animal, right?
Hey, if you can get underneath, where what we try to do is when we go diving, go dredging, the first person is trying to get depth so we can get out of the surge. Once we get deep enough up above us, you're getting all that freaking jet stream coming above you and everything like that, and then you're diving. We're
And
trying
that's
to
where
get out
you
of that
and that's
spot.
when you're hearing them big boulders coming down.
They'll come over you, they'll roll over you, or they'll knock you out.
No. Canadian gold mining, Carlos. Have you ever gotten stuck on something underwater to the point where you were scared?
Not, not, not here in Alaska. No. When I was diving commercial, there was a couple times. Doggone right, I did. Hell yeah. The only thing you got to do is
Don't get scared.
bearing, man. Got to keep your bearing, man. As soon as you start to freak
Right.
out, you might as well, you're done. Call the
Yeah,
coroner.
panic kills
Panic kills. Yep.
in
Panic
any
kills.
situation.
Oh yeah.
Or matter of fact, that incident you brought up where my mask got swiped out from the current. All I can do was just hold my breath and just wait because I knew they heard me and I knew that they were going to come and get me. Just take it easy. And sure enough, Dustin pulled me out, readjust, squared myself away, and went back in the water. Man, once you start panicking underwater, you're done. That's it, man. You're done.
Wasn't that the first time you were in that water?
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
the first.
It was the first time you got in.
First season, man.
You went. "Ah!"
I'll start. Then Dustin heard me like bubbling and bubbling. He pulled me
Right.
out. I said, "Boy, man." But the thing is, you just gotta take it easy, man. Boy, you gotta.
You learned a lesson, huh? Don't lift your
Learned
head
a
up in the
lesson.
current.
Learn the lesson.
So, with all this going on, I'm sure you get recognized most places you go, and you probably get asked to do this, to do that, come here, go there. You have any other plans? I mean, once this show is over, not saying it's going to end next year or anything like that. You have other plans? You got anything else going on for yourself besides? Before we go there, let's do this instead. What do you do on your off time?
Off time, I do a lot of odd jobs around town here in Haines, Alaska. Haines, Alaska is my home.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I live here in Haines, Alaska. I live here in Haines, Alaska. This is my home. I moved here. I'm my second season, just had the baby and everything. And I
Right.
said that we was living in California at the time. I just had my little girl. And I told Dustin that he wanted to have season 2. And I said, well, I'm bringing my family with me, bringing my family with me up to Haines. And I got to have my little girl with me. She was just a baby and everything. I can't do this without my
Right.
family.
Right.
And we just never left. We never left. Great place to raise kids and everything like that. So my little girl came here at 4 months old, and now she's just turned 5 years old. So we are here to stay. So during the winter time, I am here at Haines, Alaska. I do a little bit of odd jobs around, who would ever want to hire me, which is good to go, make a little bit of a grocery money and all that.
Sure.
And I work on the house. Odd jobs, work on the house. But just like you said, this show can't go on forever. All good things have to come to an end. That's just the nature of the game, guys.
All trains have a caboose.
Hey. So, and James, Kayla, these guys have inspired me. Kayla, especially Kayla, with her jewelry making and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I saw her jewelry.
Yeah, her jewelry is phenomenal. Yeah. The thing is, what makes it more phenomenal for me is that I see her do it in the flesh. I mean, when we're at the fire, after a good day's hard work.
Yeah, she did.
She's
gone after it, huh?
this knitting thing she does with her freaking like needle nose pliers and whatnot, and she's just
right.
blah 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 blah. Any downtime that she has, we're in the parking lot, she's making a piece of jewelry. You know what I mean? So it was just like, why not? And James, the Gold Ham man, great buddy of mine. He's making these shirts and everything like this. And I made shirts. I've always made shirts, but I've always made them for the veterans. And thank you for your service there, Jess. Thank you. And I made it for the veterans.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I made it for the veterans. And I never sold them because I just wanted to give them out to the veterans. If I come across a veteran, this is shirts for you because you deserve it. So I was thinking, like, I gotta do something, When this show ends, I'm gonna stay in Haines, Alaska. This is my home for good because this is it. This is where we want to be at. I'll probably go work at a road crew, for a regular W-2, fill out a W-2, punch in, punch out kind of deal. But at the same time, I literally want to get on the creative side as well. And I was thinking, like, well, what material do we have most of in Alaska? Rocks. Tons and tons and tons of rocks.
Tons of rocks.
Rocks. I mean, we got rocks. Buku rocks. So I was thinking, look, what can I do with these rocks, man? What can I do with these rocks? And a buddy of mine, showed me like, hey man, you can carve into these rocks. And I says, can I? You're like, anything that you want, man. You can carve into these rocks. You can make any kind of designs or whatnot. It's kind of like a CNC machine, what you do with metal, but you can do it with rocks.
Right.
And so he made me up a made me up kind of like a sample kind of deal, and with my logo on it. And I got my own logo, ladies and gentlemen, and that's coming out to you. And then actually my stepson came up with that, man. I told him what I wanted and his creative idea. He freaking rock and rolled that for me. He makes up all my
Right
logos,
on.
you know, makes up all my
So
logos.
yeah, I asked you earlier if you did YouTube videos, and you said you didn't.
No,
Is that something you might be thinking about doing?
you know, I really don't know how that really works, you know, kind of deal. You know, I wouldn't know if anybody would be
Here's a
interested.
good bit of advice. You can't you can't do it for the love of money.
No,
Right, right.
You know, you have to do it for the love of doing it.
sure.
If your content is good and content is what people want to see, you'll start making money off it. But you can't go into it thinking that you're gonna
It's a
retire off.
marathon.
It's a marathon. It's not a sprint.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
but
I
not
wouldn't
not
know if I can be interesting enough to be a YouTuber.
right. Well, you know that not necessarily about. Well,
Well, the
I guess
good
it is
thing you
about your
have going
personality.
for you,
It
and
is about
even
your
like
personality,
Kayla,
but it's
well,
about your content,
it is about content, but it's about you, your
right?
personality.
Okay.
The good thing that you have, or Kayla would have, or even Ryan Cardoza, if he could find the time, because he started off in YouTube and a long
Right.
time ago, um, is now you have a following that likes you and your personality from Gold Rush Whitewater, and that would be a head start compared to like some of the bigger names that started from zero, like Pioneer Polly or Brian Wilder or um, Dan Hurd. Um, you'll get a little boost because people will recognize you, your name, and then just do what you love, you know?
Right.
If
Make
you
it
then you
entertaining.
get in, there's a learning curve, there's cameras, there's editing.
Hmm.
You can do short format, long format, both formats. And the community is totally awesome. I love the community. It's totally changed my life in many, many pluses. Uh, wouldn't you say so, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not. This is my only YouTube. I do this show on Tuesday nights.
Uh-huh.
The co-host. My YouTube channel. I have a few things on there. My YouTube channel used to be when we used to go on trips. I would give Ed my video, and he would put it into his videos. But we haven't done that in a while. We've been working on lives for the last 5 years.
Over 5 years now.
Over 5 years, right? We've
Oh,
been
that's
doing this
cool.
for over 5 years.
This
Yep.
show has actually ran, and we ran over 5 years without ever canceling a date until my mother passed away, like we talked about last Friday, and
But
I
that
had
don't
to go
count.
to
You
That
get a
don't
Washington,
count.
pass for that.
California.
That don't count. Yeah, that don't
No,
count.
but it's still that blemish of 3 canceled shows in a perfect 5 seasons.
They don't count, Ed.
Oh well, it's like that.
Well,
It's like that first dent in your car, Ed.
right,
Done.
right. One day I'll get over it.
So you said
You're
you had. You said you're thinking of doing some kind of artistic stuff with rocks.
With rocks.
Okay. You
now,
doing
is that
carbon
what the
steel?
video clip's about?
Yeah, that's what the video clip's about.
Want me
You got
to
a video
roll
clip, Ed?
that now?
Go Well, sure. That it'll give you something like gives you a perfect example of what I want to do.
So you're
Okay.
using you're planning on using a CNC machine, huh? Or some kind of computerized aid?
Yep.
Okay. You ever see those guys do it by hand with a Dremel?
Yeah, I actually have.
All
That
right,
is
I
awesome.
have it all queued up. It's 35 seconds. I'm going to let the volume go. So, here it is.
Yeah, so on your end, if you're I'm not using mine. There it is.
Wow.
Gold inlay. What is that on slate?
That's
That's
just
on, like, slate. Yeah, it looks like it. Nice.
and all that. It's actually carved into the stone.
Right.
And that's gold inlay.
Yep.
How did you get that in there so nice?
That's a secret.
That's
That's
all the
a
secret.
secret.
All
Trade
that is-
secret. It's top secret. Like no Tellum Creek and no gold in
There's
Utah.
lot of technical expertise into putting that gold on there.
I'm
I'll
telling you,
bet. Looks good.
NASA themselves are asking me for that trade secret themselves.
Yeah.
That's with the CNC machine and not water jet, right?
No, that's a CNC kind of deal. I can't give you too much on that because, hey, the harder
Top
it looks,
secret. Top
top
secret.
secret.
I know where you're coming from. Don't want
Now,
to give
do
out too
you have
much.
a website yet?
Oh no, this is all in the beginning stages. I wanted to get this thing done a lot sooner, but we had like we were talking about there Ed. We had a family kind of deal.
Same type of
with this.
ordeal going on,
Yep,
right?
same kind of type of deal. So everything became a little bit paused, So I'm starting up a little bit later than planned. So new year 2023 is going to be a new year for everyone.
Okay.
Everyone.
Here
So,
you go. When you're ready to launch your website, whatever platform it is, your website, eBay, Marketplace, you name it, whatever it is, you join us and let our world know.
oh, absolutely. And the thing is, the funny thing is, I came up with that when I started coming up with the first 100 customers that order something like that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put some gold in that shovel.
Oh,
Actually,
well.
Little nuggets.
Are you
yeah,
taking
they're
pre-orders yet?
pickers.
Are you taking pre-orders yet? How much?
Not yet.
What's
might
the
get some
price
right now.
range? You might get
Oh,
business right now.
I'm telling you, the price range is something like that. And I kind of figured out what it'll probably be $19.99 plus shipping out of Alaska. You know what I mean?
Put me down for one.
I'll
You know.
take one. There's two right there. I bet you
First
we
100
could.
orders to get some pickers with that.
Okay, we have two orders right here. Hippie Explorer.
Way to go, hit
Thanks
B.
for the super chat, buddy.
Yeah,
So you're getting ready to go pretty close, huh, Jesse?
yes, sir. I gotta go put a toilet in.
No, he
I
don't
gotta
need to
we,
do it.
use,
Ruby can squat over the hole.
Let's do some gold porn before you leave, Jesse.
Oh yeah, really quick.
And
How about
that's a double question. RST wants to know what the biggest nugget you've ever dredged, Carlos.
Oh, the biggest nugget I ever found. And real quick with this story, holy moly! I think I don't know. Help me out, fellas. What season was that? Season 4, I think, when we started doing the Nugget Bowl. The Nugget Bowl. Holy moly, man!
Canadian gold mining. My friend Sebastian from BC says, I think I seen like 10 sold from the chat, Carlos. Laugh out loud.
And you know what? I could put anything on those goddamn rocks. I don't want to sound like a car salesman right now, man, but it's going to be
Hey, it's
great.
your time to shine. It's your time to
Your
promote
stuff.
Well,
your
Carlos,
stuff.
Carlos, it was nice meeting you.
Yeah.
I hope we get to meet again. I get to talk with you a little longer. But I have to go take care of this. And you guys have a good rest of the night. Everybody else in the chat room, good night. Thank you. Be safe out there. Till
Good
next
night,
time.
I want
Jesse.
a butterfly rock.
Oh, she wants a butterfly rock, by the way,
That's on it.
There's 11 orders right there.
See?
with gold earrings or gold wings. Actually, my wife likes silver.
And
Silver.
turquoise.
Turquoise.
Yeah.
Turquoise, yeah.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you know what? Thing is, I'm going to be asking Kayla, man, to, give me some ideas and everything. Man, she got an artistic brain, man.
Yeah,
Oh,
her
yeah. Oh,
work's
I love-
nice. I
I
have
love that.
two
that
things in
tree of
my
life.
I have two things in my shopping cart already. Kayla's Yahtzee. So,
All right, guys, I gotta go.
Take
Nice
care.
Y'all
meeting you,
take
Jess.
care.
but
Nice
You
meeting
gotta
you.
Nice
go
meeting
so
you.
I can go.
Right, I know.
hurry
Later.
up so I can go. Good night, Ruby. Good night, Jesse, bro.
Bye.
Talk to you
Night.
soon.
Yep. Good night, everybody.
Take her easy, Jesse.
All right, now it's our turn to shine, Jeff. Let me see. There was a time about, let me see, same person, different question from our friend Sebastian, Canadian Gold Mining. Carlos, have you ever gotten stuck or something underwater to a point when you were scared? Did that come up yet?
Yeah. I was saying that happened to me in the Gulf of Mexico lots of
Oh,
times.
yeah, with the grouper and stuff. Okay. Sorry, we did
Oh,
this
no worries.
one.
No worries.
Now, here's something I very rarely ever do during this show when we have a guest. Would you be up to me inviting people from the live chat to come on and ask you a question?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And I'll do my best to answer them as best as I can. Absolutely. Absolutely. I
Now,
got to give you a warn. I got to give you a warning, folks. You got to understand that I'm still new to all this dredging and gold and everything. I got the fever. But the thing is, as far as the techniques and dredging and everything, I kind of leave that up to Wes, Kayla. I'm just your soldier.
They want to know your biggest nugget, and they're saying gold porn.
Biggest nugget was
Yeah,
a
that's
quarter
where we
ounce.
were headed and never got there.
Yeah. That biggest nugget I found was a quarter ounce nugget, and I found that within the first hour of diving. And I don't know how in the heck this nugget got there, or how it is just a quarter ounce nugget in the top layer. I mean, in the first 3 feet at nugget bowl, and I couldn't believe it was just. I was just trying to chase it, and I couldn't believe I came out with that, and it was gorgeous, freaking gorgeous. And
Nice.
and the thing is, I just like, holy moly, I can't believe this is how it's supposed to feel. And after that, man, I wanted that feeling over and over and over again.
Did it go clink in your pan?
David
what?
Villa said, had your name on it, buddy.
It had my name on it, amigo. It was there waiting on me, man. We were soulmates, you know?
Yahweh put it there for you to find.
Let me tell you, man. Holy moly, man. That's the kind of feeling that gets people killed. Ugh, you know? But,
What?
man, holy moly. I couldn't get off that high.
Radio wants to know, what's your most favorite piece of equipment to use for prospecting? I know you're fairly new. You were baptized to prospecting and small scale mining and fire. But you've been at it for 5 years now.
Believe it or not, the best thing I like to go diving or dredging with is all these sizes of straps, of towing straps. 5 foot, 8 foot, 10 foot, 12 foot straps. If they're newer, the better. The chokers that we make, I love to choke up rocks and boulders and move them out of there. Holy moly. I mean, that's a little bit unusual for some, but I love to do some rigging. I love to do some rigging and moving boulders. I mean, the better the straps we have, the more better do we get those boulders out of there. Because why, folks? What's underneath those big boulders?
Big boulders, big gold.
Big boulders, big gold. And you're just waiting, just holding your breath. Once that boulder moves out and you're doing some dredging, show me some color, show me some color. And sometimes we get some color, good color. And sometimes we just got to do wash, rinse, repeat, go for the next boulder.
Right, right.
I have a question on your whitewater video before they shut it off. How close were you to getting to bedrock before the shows quit playing?
Oh,
if you can answer, I don't want to put you on the spot.
No. At that time, I have not watched that last episode yet. I have not watched that last episode yet. And at that time, we really were just speculating. Actually, we were just really speculating on where was freaking the bedrock was at right then and there, and it'll explain why when the show comes back in April. It'll explains why, because we were at such a hard freaking angle.
Yeah,
it was hard to exactly pinpoint where bedrock was. We was making up our own guesses. I was trying to be scientific and saying, well, look on the side, looks like that bedrock is coming down here at a 15-degree angle. So maybe 5 feet, 10 feet, and we do that every
25,
day.
30 feet. 100
5 feet. That's my go-to. 5 more feet. 5 more feet. I promise you, 5 more feet.
Now I can imagine that river. Up in Washington, I had a couple of partners. We had 3 claims on a creek called Finney Creek. We were doing a plunge hole in a waterfall. And every year we worked it, and every year, yes, we got gold, but we never, ever got to the bottom of the plunge hole. So that could tell you something, Jeff, because I'm sure when they go to bed at night, they're not working the canyon with generators and lights going. They may have, but I don't know. Every night, more material moves into their hole. If they have melt or anything high, rain, melt, whatever, it gets the water level higher. It's a wild stream, and that pushes more stuff in your hole. I guess you have quite a lot of overburden to move every morning to get back to where you left off, I'm sure.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And that's why we say, when we come back the next morning, we always look what we got and says how much overburden filled up our hole, or especially after a hard rain.
Yep.
Always ask that same question.
Our friend Wes from Hippie Explorer out of the beautiful New England region of our country asked, did you do a gold dance when you found that nugget?
Oh, I freaking went nuts. I can't remember what was going through my mind, man. Holy moly.
I bet,
I did my own little gold dance, and I don't realize I do that kind of stuff until after the fact, So
I really do that.
Yeah, did I do that? Did I really do that?
Do a happy dance in your hole?
That's what gold does to you, boy. Holy moly, man. Gold does the weirdest thing to a person.
Terry Curry from Australia wants to know how close have you ever gotten to the bears?
Oh man, we get this is a funny story. I don't see much, we don't see much bears up when we're working up in the mountains. You know where I see most bears all the time is right here in my back and front yard. So maybe I think the closest I got to a bear was maybe about 20 feet, and I was just trying to shoo him off my driveway.
Now, back home in Washington in the North Cascades, bears didn't really bother me. It was the cougars that I worried about. Now, do you have a cougar problem up there on McKinley Creek or at base camp?
No cougar problem. We do have a couple of old women that just kind of come down.
I
Wrong
wasn't
cougar.
talking about those kind of cougars, brother.
But no cougar. We got no cougars that live here. The only thing we got here is bears and moose. You know,
Okay.
that's and then of course you got your wolves, but they don't mess with nobody. And actually, I have not even seen a wolf since I've been up here, or a coyote. Just bears and moose.
Now, the greenhorn prospector, Carlos, is Fred Hurt really as whiny in person as on the show?
Oh man, I love Fred. I love Fred, and I love all his ideas. Love Fred. You know,
Uh,
Fred has tons of experience, and he just wants to be heard. I mean, sometimes I don't go along with his ideas, but other than that, man, no, I don't mind Fred at all.
now back to the big boulders. I see our friend Ronald from Earth Radio's yelling a question. If the gold is under the boulder, where do the gold come from? It comes from upstream. It comes out of the lode, Ronald. It works its way down the alluvial fan to the water source where it becomes placer. And from there, it moves down with heavy water, flood, when the whole bed is moving. And it likes hiding in places where there's slick water, big boulders behind uh, fallen logs, working like riffles.
Low pressure
It
points.
just gets there. Low pressure points, right, Jeff? I hope that answered that. Let me put that link out there real quick. Um, let me see. Stony Creek Spark Chaser from Washington. Hey, Flash, and what is this, Carlos? Dude, you are a legend. Love watching your show.
I wouldn't know about that, man, but I appreciate that. Thank you, Flash. What was his name?
Stony Creek Spark Chaser.
Oh, Stony Creek Spark Chaser. I appreciate it, amigo. Good words. Thank you.
I think I saw that moto. Did you film that? Moto Mining said, I got within 20 feet of a cougar with my motorbike. Now, Eagle Creek Prospecting, how much further up the river is your mining rights, is the claim?
Oh, geez, man, I couldn't even tell you any of that. That's all Dustin's claims and everything like that. But as I hear it, man, there is plenty of creek to go. The thing is, Mother Nature and our legs and backs have to agree with us to get
Right. And that terrain looks like some
it's
brutal stuff to work in.
You know, it is a challenge. Holy moly. People, you have to understand this where we're at now is the most unforgiving terrain Alaska has I have ever seen. Especially this year with the weather, it's almost like it's almost like God himself don't want us up there for some reason or another. You know, I mean, holy moly. Holy
Well,
moly.
he definitely makes you work for his bounty, huh?
True that. You know what? If any gold comes out of that, and when we do get gold out of that, when all the gold that you see that comes out of that, it has been earned. It's not been given to us. That gold that we get out of that is going to be earned big time.
No doubt
Holy
about
moly.
that. Hippie explorer from New England. In New England, the most dangerous creatures are the black flies. They are bad.
God, those freaking flies are harsh. They like to bite your knuckles and they swell up for 10 days just scratching at them and God, they hurt. Holy moly. Ugly things. Unforgiving.
Hey, Ray Rusa, brother, our cocktail mining from the capital of AK, Juneau's famous prospector, Ray Rusa. He's our hometown hero, celebrity, him and Brian Wilder. Our YouTuber guys that made it big to TV. Ray Rusa was on Frozen Gold on the Weather Channel. Too bad only one season so far, buddy. I'm rooting for you though, Ray. Um,
So back on that whitewater claim, that man, you guys done a lot of work up there. Did you have any off-camera help to like?
No.
I seen the planks that you've uh, wrapped
Those,
around the bedrock there. They had to be
holy
anchored
nope.
in.
That
That's
was
a lot of
all
work.
done. Yeah, that was all done by Paul, Scott, Kayla, Justin, man. Those guys put those planks up there, drilled the holes and
Yeah,
everything,
that's a lot of work.
milled the wood. They milled the wood. I mean,
Wow, even milled wood, huh?
yeah, you know what? That we literally all of us built a whole civilization up there, and I'm talking about from scratch. A whole civilization up there, and God, that and trying to get our gear up there and trying to get in the water quick as we can. The snow still chilled out in the freaking over our claim. I mean, it it was a freaking challenge.
Spent more time trying to get access to it than you actually had time spent working it.
Exactly, exactly. When everything was done, by the time we got in the water, man, our time limit was just not what we're used to. We should have been in that water months or weeks. But we just the snow and just setting up shop. It it really freaking anchored us pretty bad.
our friend Ray says, always been a huge fan of Carlos and Kaylee. Kayla. Sorry, Kayla. Yeah, I could see that. Man, she could work most of those guys under the table.
Yeah. Kayla's a real go-getter.
Hey, she's a go-getter. And the thing is, man, she doesn't weigh more than a buck itself. And the thing is, she's lifting her own weight. Holy moly. And she's going. And she's still going.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed watching her on the show.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, everybody out there has a strong back. I mean, Paul, man, has this unlimited how should I say? He's just always going. Paul's the energizer, but he has the stamina from hell. James, freaking strong back. Scott and Justin, they're like freaking mules. And Dustin, everybody's getting a workout. I mean, even Wes, man, Wes is freaking doing his thing. Everybody's tired, at the end of the day, let me tell you, everybody's tired. We call it Elvis legs. When we're leaving the campsite or the work site, everybody's have these Elvis legs. You know, we just can't stay steady.
Wes from Hippie Explorers has another question. Carlos, how long of a walk from your camp to the dredge site?
Oh, you know what? It's not that bad. Thank God. That's one thing that we got going for us. It's not that bad. We were talking about maybe 20 minutes at the most if you're not taking your time kind of deal.
Okay,
That's about 20 minutes.
now the aerial, the tight line, the zip line, that's just that isn't from your base camp to go to the dredge site, or is that to
Oh
get to
no,
your
that's
base camp?
oh no, that zip line. That's in McKinley Creek. We're at a new area. We're at Gold Nugget Creek.
Okay.
So we're at a whole new civilization now.
Hmm.
So we don't zip line it no more. To get to our area, to get to our camp, we actually have to airboat to our camp now.
Oh, that one. Okay. Okay. I don't have cable. I watch everything either with these guys over at Gold Prospectors Space um, during their watch parties, or I have to catch snippets on YouTube. I don't have cable. I just have internet.
Right,
And
right.
I stopped my subscription to Discovery Plus. I might have to do it again, but things are tight. Might be
No, I hear
different when I get a check from Southwest Airlines. You hear that, Southwest Airline? Hurry up. You cost me a lot of unnecessary money. Sorry, everybody. I had to bitch. And they might be listening. Um,
Yeah, tell them all the airtime you lost on YouTube.
I did. I
Did
did.
you?
6 hours total. No, I didn't. You think they care about that?
I'll throw it in there. You never know.
Gorilla Gold Hunters, you gotta be hardcore to do it.
gotta be hardcore.
Athletes all.
You gotta be hardcore, man.
I bet. I bet. Um, Sebastian, Canadian gold mining. Have you tried using both suction nozzle and the power jet? Which one do you prefer? I love suction nozzle for shallow water. I'd say any water under shallower than 6 inches, or even a foot, suction nozzle all the way. But
Yeah.
they're working big dredges. Do you ever go in and clean up with something small once bedrock's exposed or anything?
Oh, we still use our dredge. Once it's cleaned up, we make sure it's cleaned up. We still have a sprayer down there, and
Okay, so
once
you
we
have
clean
a
it up,
water jet, right?
yeah,
That
yep.
you spray out crevices with and stuff.
Mhm. We usually send James down there to give a quick look see to see if we got everything like that. I mean, he sniffs out the gold, cracks, whatever you want to call it. You know, he's there. He's there to make sure that everything's cleaned up. He has his own little stamp. Okay, the hole is done.
Hey, Dylan, how are you doing, Miller Prospecting? Good to see you. Midas Mark Prospecting, hello. I Oh, Yukon Alley's in here. Hey, Allie. Alan, how are you? I like the hat. I need to buy that other hat you have, though. That one was cool. I'm going back through some of the chat and seeing what I miss and stuff.
Yeah, I'm trying to watch the chat too. It's going so fast.
No one's taken the invitation to call in. So
Is that highlighted in a link above the chat, Ed?
no, that's about the end of stream giveaway. We'll be giving away Adventure Sleuths by prospectorsdream.com. There is an affiliate link down in the description also. The only sleuth mat company I know of, there's many good mats out there, I'm not going to lie, Dave. But I prefer yours. And I can say 100% is the only company out there doing what they do that offers a 100% satisfaction guarantee or your money back. So, but what? All you have to do is type in Adventure Sleuths. It's not case sensitive. If you're interested in winning one at the end of the stream, but no, I have to copy the link and paste it every time because I'm a copying and pasting fool over here with with questions and stuff.
So while you do that, Ed, Carlos, if
Yep.
time or money, you had no
Oh,
restrictions.
there you go. Good question.
Mr. Lodak wanted to know where would you go and what would you do? No restrictions.
I mean, for
Nothing.
gold or I don't understand.
Whatever. Gold treasure preferably, but whatever.
We are a treasure hunting channel, more or less, and show, but whatever. If you had a choice, unlimited.
If I had my choice, with a big, huge budget and everything like that,
Sky's the limit. Even national monuments or state parks or national parks or wherever. Antarctica, the moon, Mars, you name it.
I want to do the McKinley waterfall right at the bottom of the McKinley waterfall. That's gonna take. I mean, some buku effort to do the McKinley waterfall. Then there's up here in Haines, everybody's saying that they tried to do the McKinley waterfall 100 some years ago. They only made it so far before it got flooded out, and that the bottom of that waterfall has not. No one has hit the bottom.
Is that where they diverted the river through the cave?
Yep, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
They said, I mean, there's been a lot of speculation. I've talked to people here, the locals, that they say, well, their grandfather was on that, or and they said the grandfather told him, the grandson, that they did not get to the bottom because they got flooded out, and then it's a big speculation. Did they hit the bottom? Did they not hit the bottom? But I want to know for sure, and that's not going to be an easy dig. I mean, you're underneath a freaking 80-foot waterfall. So I would love to hit that waterfall.
We have a caller, Carlos. This is our good friend Ray Rusa. Your mic's muted, Ray. He's the cocktail miner, the legend of Juneau, Bad Santa, and much more. Ray Rusa. How you doing, buddy?
Oh, pretty good. I'm surprised to see Carlos here. This kind of quite the honor. I remember the very first time that we got to see you on TV, where Todd Hoffman was going to bring in the big guns and make darn certain everything was going to go down the way it's supposed to go down. And yeah, you was going to be the hit man. You straighten up or I'll fire all of you.
No, that wasn't me. I try to tell everybody that I'm not a company man. I'm just here to lend a hand.
I remember, but the TV show wanted to make it look like you were the hitman.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That's what TV does.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, they, at first, yeah, it took a while for everybody to warm up to me, but after that, it was just like, I'm just here to give you guys a hand.
Now you're in your 8th year or 9th year?
We just finished our 6th season.
Your 6th season. I thought it was longer than that, but welcome to Southeast Alaska. I've been in Southeast Alaska since I turned 13. I went to Ketchikan High School.
Oh, hey.
And then years later, I moved here to Juneau, and I've got good friends that live in Haines.
All right.
And then my brother Robert, he lives in Wrangell, but he worked in Haines for years and years for Roger Schnabel.
Oh, I got you.
And so I've actually met Payson Schnabel and Roger Schnabel. I never met Parker. I never met Parker. And I'm kind of glad I didn't. He's kind of an asshole, just like his dad.
We're on YouTube Live, Ray.
Oh, okay. Well, he's still an asshole.
Should have been a beep there? I was busy, preoccupied.
Oh, no.
over here.
We're good, Ed. We're good.
Okay, just in case. Beep.
I'll tell you what, Ray. I've always got to go to. We got to go to a Juneau for what? To do a Costco and a Fred Meyer run. We got to do that twice a year.
Dude, I'm always here. I'll take you around. We might have. I got a young kid, probably your age or a little bit younger than you. He's been chasing the mines up along Lake Creek in Oak Creek, and it goes up into Spalding Meadows. And just recently, he's been finding a quartz ore vein, and he brought down only like 4 or 5 pounds, and I'd say he got a 1/4 gram out of them.
Oh, good deal.
But it's all super fine. I mean, it's not. I don't understand why the gold in Haines is so much bigger nuggets, whereas in Juneau it's all fine powder gold because it's all locked into hard rock.
Right.
Well, it's different deposits probably too.
Yeah.
They probably have more like quartz veins and stuff, where yours is from galena and other minerals, right?
So Carlos, are the new camp up further up the Stikine River then, or you got instead
No,
of
we're up the circuit.
so you're still going up the Chilkat River, but instead of piddling off to the Porcupine, you're going up further up this. You're going up further up the Chilkoot.
Yep. Exactly.
You can't go that much further because then you're in Canada. 33 miles. There's only just a few more miles and you're in Canada.
We're going the opposite way. I believe we're going the opposite way.
Good answer.
Yeah. I am not on the Queen's territory.
Good answer.
Because they found a new deposit up there, right on the border.
Oh no, we're far from that. We're definitely on the other side.
Right.
Yeah. The Queen's gold is her gold,
Ray, put your glasses on. Put on a pair of glasses. Yes, I should put on my glasses, but I always hate the reflection, but I guess I could. I'm not used to seeing you with glasses.
Well, I have to read what's going on in here, and these are just reading glasses. Well,
when you're diving, you never wear it. When you're on the show, you never wear glasses.
These are just reading glasses, amigo. I can't read anything that's going on here without my reading glasses. None.
So yeah, it was an epic rainfall year.
It was a godforsaken rainfall year. Let me tell you.
All records in Juneau, and I'm sure it wasn't no better than Haines.
I'm a little bit PTSD when it comes to hard rainfalls down here in Haines, Alaska. When was it? 3 years ago, we had that huge. 3 or 4 years ago, we had that huge rainstorm that took out a whole mountainside. We lost 2 people here in Haines, and I had just bought my house, and we had to evacuate 1 week later.
So you moved to Haines permanently?
Yes, well, I live in Haines permanently. You know, I got great memories and doggone the bottom 48, California.
But Haines is such a weird town.
I love Haines. I love Haines.
Haines is one of those deals where either you're one of the cronies or you're one of the hippies.
No.
If you go out the road, then you better be a native.
I am safe and sound in Haines. I love Haines. We love Haines. You know, I don't mind it whatsoever. I don't mind going down to Juneau to do a Costco run like we usually do every year.
So did you buy a snowmobile yet? Because that's some of the prettiest snowmobiling in the world is right there in Haines.
You know, the budget wasn't. I was looking for a snow machine, and everybody was telling me about, you know, like they'll offer me a snow machines and everything to work on, but I needed to get another four-wheeler to plow the snow, so my budget went to another four-wheeler.
Yeah, I understand.
The four-wheeler that I had went down, so I needed another four-wheeler to plow snow. So no snow machine this year, guys. Sorry.
Not yet.
Not yet.
I've got pictures of some of my friends that over in Sitka, and they take a trip every year to Haines, and they go right up to the edge of the border and just rail all the way up to the top of the mountains, and just magnificent pictures.
Oh no, I hear you. And the reason why I buy a snow machine, it won't be just for myself. Everything that I buy has to be family oriented. You know, I got a 5-year-old daughter, man, that I'll be on the snow machine with my whole family and all that. So, you know, all that adventurous stuff, it has to be within the family aspects. You know what I mean? I can't go too cuckoo cuckoo. You know, I mean, I got to think my family's freaking. We do everything together here.
So you ain't got a boat? You got a boat yet?
Oh, 2 years ago. And let me tell you, it's not for fun, and it's literally only for fishing. You know what I mean? It's only for fishing. Got my nets and everything like that. I mean, and people are saying like, "Oh, you're a big guy. You want to go get in your own boat?" I goes, "No, hey, it's just your regular 18-footer, you know, kind of deal, and it's just for fishing."
That's what I got. I mean, I went to a 24 and a 26-footer, and it just became a mechanical nightmare. It's so big and awkward to get in and out, and I finally went down to a 17-foot aluminum Almar, and that way I could just launch it out there, go out, set my crab pots, do a little bit of halibut fishing, and come right back.
And that's what it is for. And the thing is, but the show has been keeping me so busy, I haven't had a chance to take it out. It's been 2 years, you know. Been 2 years. What I do is I tell my friends and neighbors and said like, hey, I'll let you use my boat, take it out, work it through and everything like that. You can use my nets and everything like that. Just give me a little bit of the bounty, you know, for the family's sake.
Hey, give me some food.
And they do that.
What you bought it for, right?
Yeah, and my neighbors do that for me. My neighbors, they know that I'm working. My neighbors know that I have no time, and they call me out of respectfully Saturday morning. Says, I know you just got back, and I know you just want to rest with your family. Do you want to come out fishing with me? You can leave your boat in the yard. You can come out with me, and we'll take you fishing. And I says, I can't. And we know that you can't. So what they do, they come back at the end of the day, and they drop off a couple of fish for us. They do this every
good
year.
People right there.
They feed my family. I mean, my wife and my daughter, they eat nothing but fish. You know, it's a fish mecca here.
So have you gone out moose hunting yet?
You know, the funny thing was, during this past season, someone proxed me their moose tag, and I couldn't do nothing with it because I couldn't.
Didn't have time because there's a lot of moose there in Haines. There's a lot of moose in Haines.
And the thing is, I couldn't do anything with it. I couldn't do anything with it. And the thing is, where were we at? I had the tag, and then I didn't know how it would turn out if I actually shot a moose with the production crew and everything. You know, I just didn't know how it would work.
So it's legal for you to do it. I mean, they allowed me. Well, actually, I didn't get to pull the trigger, but when I went to Greenland, we shot and killed a caribou. That way, I was feeding the crew fresh caribou meat.
But the thing is, a young lady up the road gave me. She went moose hunting and she got herself a good bull, and she hooked us up with some meat this year.
Oh, good, good.
You know, I mean, it's a thing. I mean, you have to fish. If you got a family up here, you got to fish and you got to hunt. I mean, you just can't rely on IGA. You can't rely on them. Why? Because we're in the egg shortage now and everything like that.
Oh, and the cost of milk is crazy right now too.
So you have to supplement yourself by hunting. You know, you have to do that. You got to do that.
Well, welcome to Southeast Alaska. I didn't know you moved up here. I had no idea you moved to Haines.
I think this is my 5th winter up here yet now.
Wow. Well, sucks to be you. I don't care for Haines.
Haines is gorgeous, folks. You don't mind Ray, man. Haines is gorgeous. I love this place. The people takes care of me here, and we're great place to be.
It's a lot smaller community, and you can get a lot tighter with your neighbors, no doubt.
Absolutely, Miko.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
Juneau's prettier because we got the glaciers and everything else, but Juneau's a bunch of assholes in Juneau, so.
Beep. Yeah, well, every time we go to Juneau, we're just there enough time to shop, get back on the ferry the next day, and come back with our Costco load. You know, I love Costco. I love Home Depot.
Oh man, it saved us a lot of money when it finally showed up here. There's no doubt. They made the Fred Meyer store too big though. The Fred Meyer store is too big.
We don't know. We don't mind it too much. Like I said, we're gonna be out there in the next month or so. We have to go do our freaking Costco and Fred Meyer run, the Home Depot run as well.
Well, right on. Let's see. Are you dedicated to then to basically going to be with the Fred Hurt and his family through this whole mining season? As long as they're there, you're going to be there, or would you go back to somebody? Would you go back and work with Todd up in Nome?
No. This is when this show is finally done with. Like I said, all good things has to come to an end. I'll just do me. I'll probably go ask Mr. Schnabel, man, for a job to go work on the road crew.
Yeah. Well, he sold most of his assets to Seacon.
Well, he still manages it. I know that much.
Yeah. Well, he owns half the town, so
Yeah.
actually more than half.
So I'm here to stay. When my daughter gets a little bit older, I'll probably go work at Greens Creek, for 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off kind of deal.
Greens. Great.
Uh-oh.
The fish. Yeah, that's my amigo, Randy. He's out of freaking Seattle there. Oh, hey, Randy. I'll see him. Yep. I'll see him next February, folks. So there's a gold show going on in Washington, which me and James Ham will be part of. I'll have to call Wes to come out and do that.
What? No, actually, they've actually varied from 883 to 1200s. Actually, at one point there was even a 700. I'm writing
I had my mic muting when I had a smoker's cough and fit. Yeah, I'm here, Sibo. Yeah, I saw it. Thank you, Mr. Lodak.
So are we going to see some gold porn or no?
Yeah.
Oh, you see some gold porn, guys? Sorry.
It was gonna show it before Jesse left, and we got
I know.
sidetracked.
Well,
Hey,
just
this is
kind of
just
pushed off to the side.
this is just a little bit of a swallow.
Let me pin you up so everyone can see it good.
This is just a swallow here. This is just a swallow. But I
Oh yeah. Oh
I'll
yeah.
have a swallow, please.
just the sound. Listen to the sound.
Oh.
Clunk,
Do you hear
clunk,
that?
clunk, 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 tick, tick, clunk, clunk, clunk. We wish we could hear it better.
We could all look at gold every day, all day.
Oh yeah, it's one of our our fetishes.
Well, you got some big.
What you
nuggets.
got there? Like 3/4 of an ounce?
You know, I usually carry this around with me, you know, here and there.
Oh, man. Now I see it better.
Yeah, yeah. And but yeah, that's about 3/4 of an ounce.
Just bigger pieces in there.
Yeah.
Big old flat pieces. We were talking to Kayla on one of the shows, and she was telling us about how good it feels to be down there diving and dredging along, and then look at all of a sudden you're seeing the bedrock, and there's a piece right there.
Yeah.
And you reach your hand up and grab it right out of the rock.
You know, there was a time where me and Dustin was actually having competitions and who can bring out the most nuggets by hand. And that became a competition. You know, at the end of the day, I got 6 nuggets, I got 8 nuggets. And then there was just one time he was just pulling nuggets and nuggets and nuggets by hand. And then he just like, all right, game's over. It's not even fun anymore now. You know?
Well, it's fun for him.
Yeah, but that's let's see where get that camera here. Yeah, that's a nice little good picker right there.
Robert asked, "Is that your take?
That's my what?
Is that your take
That's my take. This is mine. This is
from
all
last season, right, or from all
mine.
seasons?"
No, this is from all the years, you know, and all that kind of stuff. This is all the gold that I accumulated.
Okay. What is the carat? What's the average carat purity in that region?
Oh, geez, you're asking the wrong person. Kayla is the person to ask on that stuff.
Kayla, what's the
Kayla
purity?
is crazy knowledgeable about gold. It's almost scientific. She's with gold.
And
So,
part too.
if you're listening, Kayla, what do you think?
I wonder if Kayla's still here.
Just gonna
You
check.
can still tag her. You're welcome, Ronald. 85%, 850 fineness. So that's not gold from the show.
This is gold.
Yes,
That is-
Robert,
that is
it's
gold
gold
from
from
the
the show.
This gold has been shown before.
It's been in the cleanup sluice. That's his cut, dude.
That's my cut.
Now are you at the point, and are you free to say, I don't want to get you in trouble with any disclosures agreements, but are you now getting paid by the network also?
We get a fee by the network and all that kind of stuff. You know, we do get a fee from that. But you know, as
Okay.
far as you know, that's all I can say. You know, but we do get a fee.
Robert wants to know, did you sell any? Do
No.
you sell any?
Nope. I do not want to sell any of my gold until the apocalypse happens, so the zombie starts coming out.
Gold miner, your buddy says it's around 78 to 85%
Oh yeah.
from the pieces I have.
Yep. Justin knows as well as much. Man, those guys are very, very knowledgeable about that purity and all that. For me, I just make it simple, man. Is it gold? Yes or no? Then it's worth something.
The Greenhorn Prospector wants to know, do the camera people get in the way much, if at all?
If at all.
I have this small video clip that to answer that, and I'm just trying to figure out would I get in trouble if I put it online and everything like that. But the answer is yes, they do, but at the same point, they try not to. They try not to at all, but boy, can do they make it difficult? Yes, there'll be times where they make it difficult, but they try not to. They got a job to do. They're trying to, we all got jobs to do. We work hand in hand, We're trying to give them something so they can show. They're trying to film everything so the viewers can see what we're doing. They're trying to make everybody on the YouTube, on the boob tube that's watching our show, they're trying to make the viewers happy. And by aggravating us, that's what they're trying to do. We just got to take a breath and say, okay, we know what you're here for. But sometimes we actually forget that this is a TV show. Literally, there'd be times where I forget what I do for a living. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, this is a TV show. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, yes, I can answer your question. You know what I mean? After I'm being rude with them and stuff like that.
Do they ever try to create drama?
Yeah. No, they're not trying to create drama, but they're trying to actually get everything for you guys. You know what I mean? And everybody on the production is literally like TV guys, the camera guys and everything are literally good. Actually call them like some of my best friends, like Brandon, Randy. Those are two of the awesome camera guys. Molly, great camera people. And they're all awesome. What makes them more awesome is that they have to put up with me at my worst time.
There you go.
Thank you guys. I thank you, Raw Production, for what you guys do. You guys do an awesome job. Thank you, Raw Production.
I had more of a problem with the sound guy because I'd always forget that I've got that microphone on.
Oh, here we go.
No, there'll be times where the sound guy tells me, you're like, hey, you gotta lay off those F-bombs because how many beeps can we actually put in one sentence and it won't make no sense?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
That's common. Yeah. That's a common word in the language now. Depending on how it's used in a sentence is how it's determined what the meaning is.
Well, you just forget that somebody's always listening. And because not only is he always listening, but he's broadcasting it to the producers and the camera guys. So if you say something bad, every motherfucker hears it.
See what I'm saying? Prime example.
Terry Curry has a question, Carlos. Do you ever go prospecting by yourself now that you've been dredging and stuff?
Not really. What I go do, and I take the whole family to go do, is we kind of go do our own little prospecting kind of deal. We take a pan out there and I just show my family like how and I'm not the best panner in the world, like I was shown by everybody on the show. And we go hunting for rocks. Me and the family loves rocks. Gorgeous rocks, beautiful rocks. If you was ever to come to my house from the doorstep to the dining room table, you will see nothing but rocks here and there, all over the place. We love rocks. So I take advantage of that, and I show my little girl, like, hey, this is what daddy does sometimes and all that. And if I can find a little bit of color, the wife and everything, like they get happy. They get happy about that. But
That's
go rock hunting though. We love rocks.
that's a heck of an iron ore deposit that they have that landslides through the highway just past the Snobble camp,
Mm.
just past the Snobble complex.
Yep.
That one big area right there, that's a solid block of solid iron. You go up there with a magnet and it'll fly out of your hand and hit that rock. That's just past the Southeast Road Builders complex.
You're right. Right.
A couple of big turns.
Ohio Relic Hunter, our friend Bill. Carlos, when the camera guys are too close, when you can tell us what the GoPro tastes like.
Yeah.
Bill's also our weekly chat comedian and encyclopedia, all wrapped up in one.
That GoPro, man, it's the most annoying thing in the world. It gets caught on everything and everything like that. The GoPro person, as we call him, boy, especially that GoPro, they try to put that GoPro on our masks so many times in so many different ways. It literally kind of, oh, I remember me and Fred was diving one time in season 2 or something like that. And they put these GoPro antlers out there, and me and Fred got GoPro together, and we're just like, hold on, don't move, because we're gonna rip off each other's masks. And we were just thinking, like, wouldn't that be the stupidest thing to do, man? Drown out here, man, because of the GoPro. We got GoPro locked in and all that. So the GoPro guys, which are good friends of mine, best friends in the world, they're working every day on how to make it better for everyone, for the viewer, for us, for the miners. I mean, the production crew are literally great, great, great friends. I don't call them coworkers. I just call them family. I call them friends, man. And most of the
they family, that makes it nicer.
Are they always the same crew year after year?
Basically, the majority of them, and we actually ask for our same cameraman if we can, the same soundman, the same people, but there's new people to the mix. Some become great friends as well. I mean, each one of them has a place at my dinner table any day, any time, as well as everybody at the miners. I mean, literally, I couldn't have an actually better job in the world with the great people that we work with, production and writer side.
That's cool.
Thank you guys, man. Thank you guys for being you, man. Thank you guys for being you, man. Everybody.
So I got another question. In all the times being filming, with Porcupine and now the new claim, what's the worst accident you've had? Is it your hand getting stuck in the nozzle, or rock bashing your hand, or did you break any fingers with your rocks and fingers getting stuck in the nozzle? Or
no, our hand getting caught in the nozzle, that's an everyday thing. You can hear us say we got bit. We call it getting bit.
I've seen your fingers pretty bloody over the years, but I didn't know if it ever broke a finger.
No, it felt to everyone that got their fingers caught in the nozzle, especially when the nozzles like spread our fingers open and all that. Holy moly. Sometimes we think we got a broken finger or something like that. No. The only bad accident I ever had was bringing up that when I got scalded the second season. That's the worst.
Yeah, you got burnt really bad. Yeah,
that's the worst accident I ever been in, and I want to keep it that way. I mean, I don't even want to come close to getting an accident. Recently, almost getting pummeled by that fly rock.
That fly rock, yeah.
Holy moly! Oh man, that would have freaking squashed my head like a freaking pomegranate.
Now, our friend Brian Wilder dies for Bering Sea Gold. Now, instead of putting the umbilical cord in the side of his suit for the hot water, he runs it down through the front so that if it does get too hot, he can grab it and yank it out.
Oh yeah, well, what you call it, for a hot water suit, the hot water suits are made for that kind of deal. That has to go into the side. When I was doing diving offshore, when it was just regular wearing a regular wetsuit, not a hot water suit, just a regular wetsuit, we had our hot water, and as divers, that's what we used to do: put it into our suit, in case like as you said, in case it gets hot, we can take it off. But we never had that problem offshore. Offshore, we had an unlimited budget. It was paid by oil, by the oil crews. You know what I mean? By the oil companies. So we had a pretty good budget on that kind of stuff. But yeah, hot your regular wetsuit, hot water in, hot water out. Hot water suits are made for that connection.
So how come you don't do like Kayla does with a dry suit? You stay with the hot water suit.
Oh, because that means I got to get out every 30 minutes to pee. I'm 50 years old, man. I gotta pee. I gotta pee every 40 minutes, man.
I know in my dredging days and surfing days, I'd pee in my wetsuit often.
Heck yeah, man. I got pee, man. Especially you get me near water, man. I mean, I'm peeing, man.
All right, well, that answers that question.
I'm not gonna go into it anymore. No.
So how in the world would you divert that darn McKinley Falls? Would you try to divert it like they did in the old days, or?
Nope. There's no way to divert it. You would just have to dive it just as is, right there. To divert it and all that, we don't got the time, nor we got the budget, nor the money. You have to go head on and just dive it just as is.
But how deep do you think it's going to go?
That's the question. How deep do we have to go? A lot of guessing is 40 feet plus.
But you're going to start losing suction on your hose after what, 25 feet? After about 25 feet, you're going to start losing suction.
If you do something like that, and that's why it's a fantasy kind of deal. If you do something like that, it can't be just your regular dredge. You're going to have to up everything. Everything has to change. If you do anything with McKinley Falls, it turns into something other than recreational diving. It becomes an actual mission. It actually becomes an actual project.
Right. So you guys aren't allowed to go above the recreational status.
No, we're just rec right now. We're just doing rec right now, and like I said, that McKinley Falls is just a fantasy kind of deal. Would I love to get in there? We'd love to do it. Have you been talking about it? Has there been planning? Yeah, I mean,
so you're looking at 10 to 12 inch.
We would have to go hardcore.
Wow.
Wow. I mean, exactly. I mean, it's just fireside talk. You know what I mean?
Right.
Okay, get those snacks for you. Sure.
Are you talking 40 foot with a suction dredge?
40 foot. I wouldn't know. To do McKinley Falls, we would have to. God, I wouldn't know what kind of dredge we would have to use for that, because we don't know exactly how deep it actually goes. And the thing is, once you start hitting 40 feet, then you're talking about a whole different thing. You're talking about actually having a time limit. Once you hit 30 feet, 40 feet, man, you can only be down so long.
You got to decompress on your way up.
I think you still can be down there for a good 3 hours. I think that.
Well, if you go mix gas, you can last longer if you go mix gas, right?
Gas, you wouldn't use any gas on that. That's a way overkill kind of deal. Oh. You put any kind of gas into you right there, then you're talking about hyperbaric chambers. Then you're talking about someone that can run a hyperbaric chamber, like myself. I can run a hyperbaric chamber, but can anybody else? You're talking about dive tables. You're talking about you're talking about a whole new ball game. But would it be worth it? I think so, because I personally think, and that's just me being personal. I think there's millions down there still. They they said they still have not got to the bottom of that.
Oh,
I
man.
mean, there's speculations. Yes, they did. Yes, they don't. So, hey, I'm running with my speculation. I'm saying no, they did.
Yeah, the question was, if it's a dream, may as well dream big.
But doggone
Right?
right. Hell yeah. Heck yes, man. I'm talking about that could, and the thing is,
Go big or go home, right?
if we did that, I think that would be it for me. I would say like hit or miss, win or lose. That would have to be it. No more. You know what I mean?
Question would be answered.
What was that?
Yeah, you got to the bottom.
Yeah, that would be great, man. Oh my gosh, to get to the bottom of that thing. Holy moly. Yeah.
Really surprised you moved to Haynes.
Right.
I think that's kind of cool, but man, I'm surprised you moved to Haynes.
Oh, I love Haynes. I love being part of Haynes. I mean, I love Haynes.
I've been drunker than a rat's ass in the fog cutter more than once. I actually was in the 4th of July parade 7 years ago up in Haynes, I think.
We was just me and the family was in the 4th of July parade just last year.
Yeah, I'll be darned. I took my Can-Am, Can-Am Spider up there and did the 4th of July parade. Our friends Jamie and Dano live right down there by the old cannery.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Right downtown by the old cannery.
Good deal.
Well, geez, time flies by. 2 hours.
All right.
Wow. Carlos, thank you, mi amigo, for joining us.
Been a great guest.
Hey,
Oh,
thank you guys. Thank you guys. And I want to thank everybody. Like I said, I couldn't done all this or be here without Dustin, Wes, Paul, Kayla, Justin,
Fred and his big boot.
Todd,
Fred Hurt, God dang right.
Raw
Fred Hurt,
Television.
James, Raw. Thank you guys, man. Thank you guys for being you. And real quick, any veterans out there, any kind of veterans, any veterans that you have relatives of, thank you for your service. Thank you for your service to all you vets.
Yes, sir.
Definitely,
Me too.
definitely. Now, make sure to let us know when we can start pre-ordering that stuff, Carlos. We already have like 12, 15 people interested.
Yeah, keep in touch. Yeah, gotta let us know.
Definitely. I sure will. And definitely thank you guys for helping me out on this. And I will let you know, because it's going to have to make its money back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you know how to get a hold of me, brother. So
I do, sir. Yes, sir. I do. Thank you, man.
Ray, thank you for calling in. Bad Santa, the cocktail miner, our guest co-host tonight, Gold Pro Unlimited, and ToledoJess as always, and all of you, the Flash fam. Thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, guys.
Next week, we're having Anthony from Brooklyn Treasure Hunting joining us on Tuesday night. Hangout Live should be a great time. For those of you who are in the Morgan Dollar Raz, I'll be spinning the wheel tomorrow. I think it's posted on my channel at 6 or something like that. I'm having CRS, sorry. Getting up there. Oh yeah, and don't forget to hit my son and I's new channel, Marvin Reactions, for another reaction video this coming Thursday at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And until then, love you all. May you always have a flash in your pen.
You know what he's going to say next.
You got that right on the money, Jeff. I hope one day we meet you on the river. Good night, everybody. God bless. Much love. You
See
know,
y'all.
we're now out of here. Good night, the Greenhorn Prospector, Jerry Curry. Derek, one more pin. Give it. Thomas, 907.
Terry.
5, 4,
One
3,
more
2,
pin.
1.
Midas
Brad Welch,
Mark,
Brian,
Mr.
Debo,
Lodak, for sure.
Gold Miner, thanks for dropping in. All of you, if this is your first time. Hey, Jim, how are you, Rock Butcher? Hope
Hey,
to
Jim.
see you again. Thanks for joining us. The fish, all of you. Oh, wait. Giveaway.
Oh, man. Forgot, Dad. I'm the only one here, so it must come to me.
And it is Ohio Relic Hunter.
Congratulations, Ohio.
Are you still here, Bill? Are you still here, Bill? Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. Bill, are you still here?
He's still here, I think.
All right. Do you want it?